Letterpress. Tips and tricks. Here's what I like to do. Having all sorts of fun in the studio. Stukenberg Press.
Today we're filing spacing material. Let's get started.
Ha! There's letting, there's reglet, there's furniture, there's quads, there's spaces, there's hairs. So many pieces of material, and you've got to keep it all organized.
Yeah, sure, filing can mean keeping things organized and putting things back in their proper spot, but we're not talking about that right now.
Nah, we're filing your spacing material. Filing the material.
But we're not touching the big stuff like furniture. That's what the saw's for. Or the letting. That's what the slug cutter's for. And you never mess around with somebody's reglet.
Small things. We're just focusing on the first three primary pieces a person might be utilizing in their typesetting. M-quad, N-space, and 3M space, mathematically noted as the whole, the half, and the third of whatever point size you're working in.
Don't panic!
Not quite zooming all the way down into the brass and the copper hair spaces or the fourths or the fifths of an M.
Just watch this. We all know that when you're setting a line of type in your composing stick, you are there to make things sure-footed and true within the line length that you've chosen. You're looking to get rid of any wiggle or play within that line of type, because if your type is leaning off its feet to the left or right, even in the slightest bit, it'll be inked unevenly and make poor impressions. It'll also wear unevenly, so you'll be making bad prints today and wrecking things for the future as well. That's why we make a piston fit, just the tiniest bit of friction between the pieces.
This small range of 18-point Rs can be best friends with this 18-point M-quad. It's exactly 18 points by 18 points and will fit great with any of these sorts. It is a perfect square without exception. Two N spaces, or halves, add together to yield 18 points without variation. And three M spaces, well, they'll invariably add up to 18 points. The quality and perfection of the work done to cast these pieces does not need questioning. So, everything should be cool, right? Well, I wish it was. Though it is true that most people will instinctively treat typographic elements with great care, the same care is sadly not given to spacing material. When normal and well-mannered, calm people get their hands on quads and spaces, watch out! Boom! Ow! It's like a wrestling match. Like, people are just like up on the ropes, tossing their spacing back into these little cubby holes or into the cans. Cans, bins, and boxes for spacing material are fine to use, but far too many times I've seen these dumped out on hard surfaces like cheap potato chips at a very bad party. It's just not cool. It's like raining quads. They just throw the type spacing around. Oh, look at that flash of light between those once dependable and true things. Then how perfectly good type might now meet against damaged corners and have no hope of standing upright. Yuck! Let's fix this. We're going to be removing a small burr and slight bulge from the three sides where metal was displaced during one previous impact. Use the lightest touch you can and keep the piece flat. We want to preserve the rectilinear form as best as we can. Should you do this where you print? If you own the equipment, you can do whatever you want. If it's a community shop or a college studio, talk to the shop tech, show them this video, let them know what you're up to, and just use this technique sparingly. It's not necessary to try to tune up all the space in the shop. Whoa, thanks for watching my video. If you want to see more letterpress related stuff like this, please do subscribe to my little channel. It's just starting up. I'm in the process of finishing my first few videos, and I'd love for you to be there to see the next ones too.